How's it going, guys? MattyTingles here, and today I'm going to do an album review. I really love music, and I listen to it all day, and I decided I think it would be cool to just talk about an album, and I may make this a series if great albums keep coming out. But, yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this album and go through track by track and give my opinion. Before I start, I would love for you guys to comment your favorite songs on here. If you disagree, if you agree, all of that good stuff. I love talking about music, so it's a win-win. Okay, so today I am going to do a review of Ed Sheeran's new album called Divide, which just came out on the 3rd, so it's relatively new. I have a couple facts just to go over before I go track for track. But yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so a few facts about the album before I start. It was released March 3rd, 2007, under Asylum Records in association with Atlantic Records. Ed Sheeran, who I'm a huge fan of, in the last year was kind of hard to follow because he left the country and he got rid of his phone and all of his social media. And I was watching an interview the other night, and he essentially just had an iPad with an email for his agent or for his manager. But yeah, he and his girlfriend just traveled the country for about 6 months, and then about the other 6 months he worked on the album. And so I think that's really cool to kind of unplug like that if you can. I think he's in a position to be able to do that. So anyway, it came out March 3rd, and the first day it sold 232,000 copies, which is insane. For the most part, albums just don't sell anymore. They just released an algorithm for streaming, so they count as sales when you reach a certain point. But 232 in the first day is absolutely crazy, so that's awesome. And then the first day it came out, that same day, it was streamed 56 million times, which beats the record that was by The Weeknd for the Starboy album, which was at 29 million. So Weeknd's record was 29 million, and Ed Sheeran did 56 million in the first day. So needless to say, this is gonna be a big year for him. He's really amazing, and I'm happy for his success. So anyway, that being said, I'm gonna do it's called Divide, and I'm gonna do the deluxe version, which is 4 extra songs. So I'll tell you, if you just got the normal one, I'll tell you where it's cut off, and then the last 4 essentially are bonus songs for the deluxe version. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first song is called Eraser, and this song is such an amazing intro to an album. It's not for everybody, but I for sure love when he raps. He actually was rapping before he became a singer, pop star, whatever you want to call him. And so I love that it just starts with a guitar riff and him rapping. It really builds up, and then you get this chord change in the chorus that is just incredible. And then he sings and he gives you, what most people came for. But it's a really cool way to start an album, because especially taking a year off, he talks about dealing with fame. And I think, I've watched a ton of interviews of him, and a huge reason that he took that year off was like essentially the person that he became, and a lot of that was due to his success and the fame, and that's very common with artists. But I love that he talks about dealing with fame, and it's just a great perspective of success and how to deal with it. But just an incredible intro. It gets you pumped up, and then the chorus hits, and you're like, oh, okay, well, he's still really, really good at singing. So, yeah, amazing. I was extremely happy with how he started that album. So, yeah, that's Eraser. The second song is one of the singles that they put out called Castle on the Hill. And he essentially put out two singles at the same time. And this was one of them. And this is the one that I really, really liked more than the other one, which we'll get into. But Castle on the Hill is very nostalgic. It makes you think of being a kid again, going back to where you're from if you've left. Okay, number 3 is called Dive, and I mean, this whole album, he really hits with the relationship. I call them wedding songs, just like the ones that you hear that you're like, oh man, I'm gonna hear that all summer at every wedding that I go to. His vocals in this are just, it's a little bit more, what would you call it? His vocals are just a little more, jazzy, I guess. He really came with it on Dive. And I really, really like when he's singing, when he does the, his raspy kind of voice. And that chorus, the chorus of Dive, if you like the raspy, really emotional singing, Dive's gonna be the one for you then. Anyway, yeah, I guarantee you I hear that at every wedding this summer. Mark my words. But great song, amazing song. And he also, I just watched an interview last night, kind of preparing for this, and he said that Dive is one of the best songs that he's ever written. What he thinks is that it's one of the best songs he's ever written, so that's really cool too. So, yeah, number 3 is Dive. Okay, so number 4 is the other single called Shape of You. And I'm sure if you've been anywhere in the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you've heard this song, whether on the radio or today. I went into a couple stores today, and it was playing in both stores. So it's a big hit, big radio hit. When this first came out, like I said, it came out around the same time as Castle on the Hill. At first I was like, okay, not really for me, but I get it. Like, it's gonna be a smash on the radio. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe I saw a story how he actually wrote this song for Rihanna, which would make more sense if Rihanna did this song. However, it has grown on me. When it first came out, and then I heard Castle on the Hill, I was like, oh no, Castle on the Hill's the one. But I understand Shape of You. That's fine. You have to do the radio hit. But it's grown on me. And the music video is really cool. He's a boxer in it. I did not see that coming. So anyway, that's a lot of people's favorite because it's the popular song off it, but certainly not one of my favorites. And I'm not trying to be like the cool, like, oh, I don't like anything that's popular. I just think that he has a lot more to offer on this album. So anyway, number 4 is Shape of You. Number 5 is called Perfect. And again, this song it's a slow love song, and I really like this side of Ed because he's happy. He's had a girlfriend for quite a while now, and you can tell as a songwriter, you're inspired by the people around you and the situations that you're in, and so it's really amazing to see him happy and talk about another human or woman like that. In my opinion, it's definitely one of the best written songs on the album. It's just a beautiful love song about, your girl not necessarily seeing what you see in her, and for the most part, when you're in love like that, she's perfect. So, amazing song. Just a beautiful song. That's this whole album. But yeah, so number 5 is Perfect. Okay, so number 6 is called Galway Girl, or Galway Girl, whatever you want to call it. And this one, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the next single, truthfully. It's very up-tempo. It's very fun and uplifting. I watched a few reviews last night on this album, and everyone seemed to really like this song, and I like it too a lot. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if this was his next this was a single that he put out. It is really, really fun. It has a little Irish sound to it. During that hiatus, the year that he took off, the 6 months that he worked on the album, he had an Irish band. I can't remember the name of it, but he said in an interview that he had like 30 people living with him making this album. So he had, engineers and producers and everything, but then he had this Irish band, and he said that they made close to 30 songs together, and I think 2 or 3 of them made this album. So anyway, yeah, very Irish sounding, and I help him, the Irish band. If anyone knows, I can't remember what they were called, but he's talked about it in a lot of interviews. But yeah, Galway Girl, amazing. Just yeah, very up tempo and fun. And yeah, watch for that. I bet with the response that it's gotten, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the next single. Okay, so the next song is Happier, and this song is extremely relatable to anyone who's ever been in a relationship or just a friendship or anything, and it ended. I'm gonna assume all of us has lost somebody at some point. And when you see Happier, it's just called Happier, you think, okay, this is gonna be an uplifting, like, I'm happier song. But it's one of the sadder songs on the album, actually. And it's essentially saying, like, you look better. You look happier now than when you were with me. And, that's real sometimes. That's very relatable. I think everyone breaks up at some point, whether it be an actual relationship or a friendship or something. And a lot of the times, you'll see how they're doing, and even if they're acting, it's hard not to see that they look happier than they were before. So, very sad song, but again, beautiful. The next song is called New Man, and this is a really funny, fun song. He essentially just kind of makes fun of the douchebag guys, I guess you could say. Very stereotypical, of course. He talks about about like tribal tattoos, and they don't know what it means, and wearing sunglasses inside and stuff like that. But I got a very Jason Mraz vibe from this. I don't know if you guys have heard of him or listened to Jason Mraz. He's also amazing. But the tempo and the guitar in it sounds a lot like Jason Mraz, which is awesome. essentially, I don't want to know about your new man. But then he ends the chorus with, if he was really that cool, you wouldn't be calling me. And then he essentially ends the chorus with, because he says, I'm positive that he don't want to know about me. And that's real. That's how relationships go. But new man, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a radio single that he puts out too, because it's really fun and upbeat. So yeah. Okay, so the next song is called Hearts Don't Break Around Here. And this song is really interesting. It's a slower song again and just beautiful. But it's a really cool perspective to take on a love song, essentially. It's uplifting, and just the chorus, or just the name of the song, Hearts Don't Break Around Here. That kind of says it all. It's basically saying, like, if you're with me, nothing bad's gonna happen. So I really, really like that song. Again, just a slower, beautiful song. His biggest song, Thinking Out Loud, from the last album, is a ballad, and I think he really thrives in the ballad type songs. And so, there's like 5 or 6 of them on here. I don't think that's a coincidence. So, okay, so the next song is called What Do I Know? And this song is so happy. It's really, really happy. And it's essentially saying, we need positivity in the world right now. Basically, the chorus starts out, we could change the whole world with a piano, grab a bass, a guitar, and away we go. And, I think that's a really cool perspective to take, and especially, I know a lot of you aren't in the U.S., but, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, to say the least, and, I think this is a really important song, and it's something that we need, I think, to hear, and I wouldn't be surprised. The first thing I thought of was, I think we're gonna hear this song in movie trailers or commercials. It just has that, it's really, fun and uplifting, but it's also really, really positive, and sometimes you have to go with that vibe for whatever you're doing. So, anyway, yeah, What Do I Know? Really, really good, really positive song. So the next song is called How Would You Feel? And he put this out, I don't know the exact time, but he put this out before the album came out. And this is, arguably, in my opinion, probably the most beautiful song on the album. This is the quintessential wedding song. Hundreds of thousands of people are gonna have their first dance to this song. I think Ed has just mastered how to write a beautiful love ballad, and it really works for him. So, but how would you feel? He essentially says, like the chorus is essentially saying, how would you feel if I told you I loved you? So, that's a cool line. But, yeah, wedding song for sure. Just an amazing love ballad. He has that down. So this next song is actually the last song on the normal CD. And it's called Supermarket Flowers. And from that name, when I saw that before I heard it, I was like, I have no idea what to expect, right? This song is by far one of the saddest songs I have ever heard. And I listen to a lot of sad music. This is gonna sound bad, like I'm a naturally happy person, but for some reason I get an opposite reaction to sad and dark music. That's pretty much all I listen to. But anyway, this song, Supermarket Flowers, is so sad, and he talks about someone passing away. So the supermarket flowers part is, when people pass away, it's kind of true. We all go to a supermarket or something and get some flowers and go put them wherever you put them, at the hospital or something. But it is so sad. And he talks about, he mentions his mom dying. His mom is still alive, but he wrote it about his grandmother who just passed. He said that where he was living recording this album, his grandma was really close in the hospital to the studio, and so he would go see her all the time. And I think, a creative, especially musically, naturally, when someone passes like that, the first thing you're gonna do is grieve in the way you know how, which is music for him. So anyway, this song is just like tragic. It's so beautiful. Funny story, I was listening to this album in the car. I don't know why, but whenever a new album comes out that I really love, I just go take a drive and listen to it. I don't know why, but I like listening to albums collectively in a car. And I normally don't even have a place to go. I just drive around. Anyway, when I heard this song, I seriously pulled over. I seriously, like, halfway through, I pulled over and was just like, oh, God. Okay, Ed. Okay. Anyway, so sad, but just unbelievably beautiful, and it's just unbelievably sad, and something that we can all relate to, I think. But that is my favorite song on the album, by the way. That and Castle on the Hill. There's not necessarily a song I dislike on this album, actually, but Supermarket Flowers is my favorite. Okay, so that's the end of the normal album. And so the last four are on the deluxe version. And the first three bonus tracks have a very Irish-sounding feel to them, so I'm assuming these are songs that he really liked, that he made with the Irish band that he wanted to put on the deluxe. So the first song on the deluxe extras is called Barcelona, and it's really fun. It's really up-tempo. The chorus has some steel drums in it, and so anytime a song has steel drums in it, I think of The Little Mermaid. But just listen to it, you'll understand. It's very, very good, though. It's fun. It makes you want to go on a vacation. To Barcelona. But yeah, very, very good. Very fun song. The next song has a really weird name, and I should have looked it up. I don't necessarily know what it means, or if it even has a meaning, but if you know, let me know. But it's called BBA. Just look it up. But again, this is a very up-tempo song. I feel like these are songs that he was like, okay, these have to be on the album. And then he probably played the album to the record label and everyone, and they were like, these are great, but you have like 5 love ballads that are gonna kill, and so those have to go on as well. So that's what it just seems like to me. But again, just a fun up-tempo song. And yeah, if anyone knows what that means, let me know. Okay, so then the second to the last song is called Nancy Mulligan, and this is again, it's a Irish folk. It sounds like Irish folk music. Really beautiful, and actually, it's a story. It's the story of how his grandparents met, and so Nancy Mulligan and his dad. I can't remember what his grandfather's name is. But anyway, it's a really interesting folk storytelling song of how they met, and so I really like it. It's just a fun listen. I know I keep saying that, but it is. It's just fun, and it's very good storytelling. There's an interview online if you look up of his grandma hearing it for the first time. It's really cool too. And then, which brings us to the last song on the deluxe version of Divide, which is called Save Myself. And I personally think that besides the Supermarket Flowers song, this is the most relatable. I don't think there's anyone that has ever not felt what this song is about before at some point in their lives, honestly. It's essentially, it's basically saying, before I save other people, meaning, I think we've all felt that at some point where, like, you go way out of your way for somebody and save them in some way, and then you get kind of trampled on. And so, he's basically saying, before I save someone else, I have to save myself. And then he ends it with, an even truer notion, saying, before I love someone else, I have to love myself. And, that's just real. That's just, that's life. But super, super relatable. And I love that he ended the album on, the normal album ends on Supermarket Flowers, which is, like, seriously, like, makes most people cry. Or if you got the deluxe version, he ended it with Save Myself, which is also extremely sad. And I like that he ends it like that instead of, on a really up-tempo note, which is probably the normal thing to do. So, anyway, I hope you guys liked that. This is just my opinion. I think a lot of people will find different songs that they like on it, and that's what makes it a great album. If you guys can find something that you like that maybe I necessarily don't love, I think that's the sign of a great album. And so, I'm gonna try to make this a series because I really love talking about music. So let's start a thing right now. I will give it 9 out of 10. Yeah, it's that good. So yeah, maybe I'll start doing this. And let me know if you like that. Let me know if you guys want to hear my opinion on music. Yeah, I hope you guys liked it. So definitely go get the album, stream it, buy it, whatever platform you want to listen to it on. But it is, it's an amazing album, and I understand it's not for everybody, but it's pretty amazing. And then I just found out today that I believe May 30th he's gonna be on tour, and May 30th he's gonna be in the city that I'm in. So that's exciting. I'll definitely be there. So anyway, yeah, 9 out of 10. Ed Sheeran, Divide. Go get it. Go listen to it, and then comment. Let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite songs? What songs you don't like? Let's just talk about it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am MattyTingles, and please subscribe, please like, please comment. Again, this channel, I don't know how else to say thank you. This channel's just growing so fast, and I love it, and I love you guys, and I'm so grateful for all the support. It's just unbelievable. And then, yeah, right after this, I just launched a Patreon page with some really, really cool rewards.